You know, on more than one occasion, I have been accused of being a Harley Davidson fanboy. Now, I'm not denying that. I'm just making a statement. Now, in today's video, what I would love to be able to do is go through and discuss some of the reasons why I love Harley Davidson. Let's talk about it. You know, ever since I was a child, motorcycles were very important to me. Now, I first started out like riding on a moped or something like that, and then I moved to a little YZ80 when I was a kid. Had a lot of fun on those. But motorcycles, anything on two wheels, was such an important part of my childhood and then adulthood as I grew up. And then when I was able to get my first Harley Davidson, wow, that really just solidified my love for the brand. I always wanted a Harley Davidson, and when I was finally able to make that happen, that meant the world to me. So I wanted to go over with you guys and share why I love Harley Davidson motorcycles so much. So I don't know about you guys, but when my kids were younger and I was a lot younger, I simply could not afford a Harley Davidson motorcycle. But when they got older and kind of was doing their own thing, yeah, I was able to revisit that and purchase a Harley Davidson. And from the first time I went in the dealership over at White Lightning Harley Davidson, it has been a wonderful, wonderful experience to me. And so on the list, the number one reason why I love Harley Davidson motorcycles is really because of my local dealership. And that's the key. From the first time I walked in there, I bought a 2018 Road King. That experience really hinged on what am I going to think about the brand from here going forward. And the experience was phenomenal. I got zero pressure. I didn't really know hardly anything about Harley Davidson motorcycles. I was treated warmly, with respect, and helped out in every way possible, from picking out the motorcycle to financing to all those things that you do when you purchase a motorcycle. And they made it so easy and so inviting and so much more less intimidating than I thought it would be. And again, it just solidified, okay, this is a great brand of motorcycles. This is a great dealership. These guys are in it for their customers, and I've been going back ever since. I'll never purchase another motorcycle from Harley Davidson or from White Light. Let me start over. I will only purchase motorcycles from White Lightning Harley Davidson, especially if they keep up their customer service the way they have. It's just exceptional. Okay, we've talked about the dealerships. Let's talk about the motorcycles, right? I mean, that's the most important part, is the product that Harley is known for. The Harley Davidson motorcycles, in my opinion, there's just nothing better. There's not a better American-made motorcycle. There's not a better brand on the globe. Now, I know that is completely and totally subjective. We're just talking about my opinion. Yours might be different, and that's cool. If it is, let me know in the comments below. But I absolutely love Harley Davidson motorcycles. Now, when I say that, I don't have any problem with any other motorcycles. If you ride an Indian or a Yamaha, that's cool. I mean, I rode Yamaha for years before I could get a Harley, so I totally get it. But there is something super special about owning a Harley Davidson motorcycle, and that brings me to the third thing that I would have to say, and that's the culture. Now, when you buy a Harley Davidson motorcycle, yeah, you're purchasing the bike, but you're talking about a whole subculture that comes with owning that motorcycle. And you see it in bike nights, you see it in group rides, you see it with friends. You know, I've made some really good friends since I have purchased my first Harley Davidson motorcycle, and I'm not sure that me and these people would have connected had it not been for the motorcycle itself. I mean, if you guys have watched any of my videos, you know my good buddy Eric, right? I mean, we met, we kind of clicked, and we've been riding together ever since. And it is all based on our love for riding motorcycles, specifically Harley Davidson motorcycles. So there is a whole culture that comes with owning a Harley Davidson, and you can really make that culture out to be whatever you want. Now, I just touched on this, but the fourth reason is just as important as anything else, and that is, I'm gonna say, other Harley riders slash motovloggers. And what I mean by that is, you know, I never would have got into motovlogging if it wasn't for Harley Davidson either. And I have met, just like I told you guys, Eric and some other friends I've got. Chad, he's a great friend of the channel. He's really getting looped into our inner circle and that type of thing. So really have met some great friends because of motorcycles. But those guys that I just mentioned, they're not motovloggers. So there's a whole other culture of motovloggers that are based around motorcycles, and many of them around Harley Davidson motorcycles. And I've got to spend a lot of time with these guys, and I'm telling you, man, they are just A-plus people, and they love their Harley Davidson bikes just like I do. And when you have something like that in common with someone, you know, it's kind of the glue that bonds you to, I'm just going to say, your people. You know, that's what I would have to say, your people. Every time, you know, if me and Winnie are out and we're driving around and we see a big group of motorcyclers, she'll say, there's your people, Ty. You know, because that is my group of friends that I like. We have that in common. I don't know you, but we have that bond in common, that we love riding motorcycles and we love riding Harley Davidson motorcycles. And one of the last things I would have to say, excuse me, is that riding motorcycles opens up so many opportunities for me that nothing else does. What do I mean by that? It would be things like this: going on an all-day ride with friends, going on a weekend getaway to meet up with other motorcyclists, rallies, trips out of town, let's say trips across country if you were going to Sturgis. There are so many opportunities to do things that a normal life without motorcycles you just don't have. And also think about all the things you can learn. If you want to be able to wrench on your own Harley Davidson, you can learn how to do that. If you wanted to learn how to, I don't know, paint a motorcycle, technology, right? I mean, getting all this GoPro and that film editing, all these things, and I'm sure there's many other things that I am missing here, but so many learning opportunities. And for me personally, it is because of Harley Davidson motorcycles. So that's 5 things, but I am definitely going to give you a 6th. And number 6, and it's probably the most important, and that's have fun. Have fun on your motorcycle. Getting out and riding motorcycles is supposed to be fun. You're supposed to smile and laugh and having a good time and that type of thing. That's what riding is all about. And that type of joy is what Harley Davidson brings to me. And I'm so glad that I was able to invest in the brand and invest in the culture and invest in my friends who have Harley Davidsons. It's been so worth it. Probably one of the most enriching things about my life. So just love it, and very thankful for White Lightning Harley Davidson. Like I said, the whole experience really hinges on your local dealership, and that's the way it is with me. So I tell you what, I really do appreciate y'all's time so very much. If you would, please like this video, consider subscribing to the channel. I hope you have an excellent day, and we'll talk to you again soon.